Hey guys, Tarek Merryface here, and welcome to the second Paris Airshow Special 2015. This episode we'll be looking at old Warbirds. We're starting off with the Douglas DC-3 transport aircraft. The DC-3 revolutionized air transport in the 30s and 40s. The DC-3 was first introduced in 1936, and its huge contributions to the airline industry and the World War II efforts makes it the most significant transport aircraft in history. The DC-3 was a significant stepping stone for the development of large transport aircraft and the airline aircraft that we have today. The DC-3 was heavily used in the biggest conflicts of the 19th century, including World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Incredibly, it is still used in some parts of the world, including Canada and Africa. We now turn to the P40 Warhawk, which was developed by the Curtiss-Wright Corporation. The P40 first flew in 1938 and quickly became the most produced fighter aircraft after the P51 and P47. It's a single-seat ground attacker aircraft, and it was used by most of the Allied forces. It's famous for its use by the 112 Squadron of the RAF in the North Africa conflict during World War II. Unfortunately, it lacks a supercharger engine, which made it vulnerable in dogfights at high altitude. However, the first USAF World War II ace pilot was Boyd Wagner, a P-40 pilot who was flying in the Philippines campaign. Today, only 28 P-40s remain airworthy. 3 of them have been converted to a dual-seat configuration. And now we move to an American classic, developed by North American Aviation, the P51 Mustang. P-51 was a single-seater fighter and bomber. It was first introduced in World War II in 1942. At first, it was used by the RAF as a reconnaissance aircraft. This aircraft wasn't only used in World War II, it was also used in the Korean War and other minor conflicts. It originally used the V1710 engine, but that lacked power at altitude. This all changed when they added the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This allowed the P51 to become a match to the Luftwaffe fighters. But it only truly reached its peak performance when they added the Packard V1657 engine to the final version, the P51D. With a maximum airspeed of 380 knots, a service ceiling of 41,900 feet, and a range exceeding 1,400 nautical miles, the P51 quickly became a regular escort for USAF bombers who made regular sorties over Germany. This next one is the de Havilland 98 Mosquito, a two-man crew multi-engine aircraft with a multi-role purpose. The Mosquito first entered the war in 1940, and at the time it was one of the fastest aircraft in the world. Being a high-speed and high-altitude aircraft, the Mosquito was first used for photo reconnaissance. In late 1943, a group of Mosquito fighters formed the Light Night Strike Force. These were pathfinders for RAF heavy bombers. The Mosquito aircraft was also known for its nuisance bombing. This is when the Mosquito planes would fly at high altitude and at high airspeed. They would then drop blockbuster bombs, also known as cookies. The Nazis were powerless to intercept these aircrafts. More notoriously, it was a squad of Mosquitoes that defeated Operation Steinbeck in 1944. Operation Steinbeck was a big group of bombers that were planning to bomb Bristol. However, few of them even returned and not a single bomb landed near Bristol. The failure of this mission can be attributed to the Nazis' poor reconnaissance and the Mosquito's ability to fight them off. And for the last aircraft of this series, we'll be talking about a famous Soviet fighter aircraft, the Yak III. The Yak III was the smallest and lightest fighter aircraft used in World War II. Highly liked by the pilots and ground crew alike, because it was easy to maintain, robust, and extremely easy to handle. In fact, Marcel Albert, a French ace pilot who regularly flew the Yak in missions, considered it to be better than either the P51 or the Spitfire. The Yak III was a late bloomer, reaching the front lines in mid-1944. Despite how much the pilots and ground crew liked the aircraft, it did have an incredibly unreliable but powerful engine, the Klimov VK105, which was used in a previous but heavier fighter. Hi guys, welcome to the end card. Congrats if you've made it this far. Click on the subscribe button to my right if you want to subscribe. Below are a few of my latest videos. Also, don't forget that I have a website and would greatly appreciate it if you went ahead and had a look. It's not just my content, I go ahead and put there anything that might be of interest to someone who likes aviation. Well, thanks again for watching, I'll see you guys next time, and happy flying.